What are some of the money rules that you can follow to fall in the 1% of your peer group, right? I am talking about being in the top 1% of your peer group. That is what we are going to discuss today in today's video. Welcome to the channel, folks. My name is Niraj and I am here to talk about personal finance and credit cards on this channel. I am also a partner at Holistic Prime Wealth, wherein we take care of all your finances, starting from investments, insurances, risk management, credit cards, taxes, estate planning, and whatnot. It's a one-stop shop for all of you. So if you're interested, don't forget to reach out to me. So I am going to share some 10 or 11 rules today, which I personally have used in my life, right? Historically, in the past when I started working, and today as well. Multiple different rules and thought processes that I use to as far as money is concerned, right? So we are going to discuss all of these, and I am going to help you understand these better as well. So the first rule that I have is the wealth ladder, right? The money ladder. So money ladder is basically, what is it? It's like thinking about money at different stages of your net worth, right? Your thought process and your thinking should change at different stages of your net worth. Say for example, you don't have any money today, right? Your net worth is also zero. So your focus should be on two things only: maximizing your income, keeping expenses low, and keeping your savings rate high, and saving money. Then once you hit say a 10 lakh rupees ladder, then you can say that, okay, now I will not look at saving money on groceries also. I will just buy groceries because even if it's 10 rupees, 20 rupees expensive, because I value my time more than anything right now, and I have enough money so that I can use to afford groceries. You can say the next bracket can be 50 lakh rupees bracket, where you can say that now I will not bother about surge cab pricing, right? Even if the cab is 2 to 400 rupees more, I am happy with it, right? Buying a expensive dinner, you should be okay with it, right? Buying a flight ticket which is 2-3,000 rupees extra, you will be okay with it, right? So like this, you have to use ladders. If you reach the 5 crores ladder, then you can say that staying in a hotel which costs 50,000 rupees for one night, you can stay 1 or 2 nights. It's not going to hurt your finances, right? So you can use these different kind of this framework to help and manage your expenses and thought process about money at each stage. I am also sharing a couple of photos from different people who have had this strategy, who follow this strategy as well. The next strategy that we are going to talk about is the 0.1% rule or 0.01% rule. You can use anything, but I personally use the 0.01% rule, wherein I see if any expense is under 0.01% of my net worth, then I am not going to think twice about it. So let us take an example and understand this. Say for example, my net worth is 1 crore rupees today in financial assets. Folks, I always talk about financial assets because real estate is something that people don't usually sell, right? So we'll keep real estate and gold outside of this. Let us only talk about financial assets. 1 crore in financial assets. What are financial assets? Financial assets is mutual funds, bank FDs, EPF, PPF, NPS, and these kind of things, right? So if I have 1 crore rupees, let us see what is 0.01% of 1 crore. I'll just use a calculator here. Into 0.01%. So it's 1000 rupees, right? So if I have 1 crore rupees, so I'm using the 0.01% rule. Any expense under 1000 rupees, I don't even have to think twice. I'll just go and spend that money. You can also say that 0.1% rule can be used 1 or 2 times a month, which is 10,000 rupees, and expenses 10,000 and below expenses, right? So these rules will also help you manage your expenses carefully, right? Obviously, you should not be saying that I will use the 0.1% rule and spend 20 times in a month, 30 times in a month. Then it's not going to help you. Then you're going to ruin your finances. Here also another assumption is that you also have an active income, guys, because 1 crore rupees is not enough, right? Active income or financial freedom, that should be your criteria. The next rule is acting based on your income, which we have covered in the ladder rule and the 0.1%, 0.01% rule, right? You have to behave based on your income, right? If my income is 50,000 rupees per month, I can't go and buy a car, I can't go and buy expensive phones, right? But if your income is 5 lakh rupees per month, say you can buy a one iPhone a year. It's not going to hurt too much, right? Or you can say take a holiday for 5 lakh rupees a year, not going to hurt too much. So you always should be acting based on your income, and that should be your rule. Rule number 4: prioritize investments. Set a goal for your financial freedom, right? It can be 1 crore, 5 crores, 10 crores, 20 crores, right? And then prioritize investments until you hit that 50 to 70% of that goal mark. Because if you hit 50% of that goal, right, then another 6 years you will, probably hit your goal. So try to prioritize investments in the early years until you hit a reasonable mark. If you remember, Charlie Munger has said that the first $1 lakh is a bitch, right? So the first $1 lakh in US terms is around 80 lakh rupees, and first 1 crore rupees is what you should target. Risk management, you should have always focused on risk management first before diving into any investments. Make sure that you have an emergency fund. Start with 6 months worth of expenses, and you can go as high as 24 months. Personally, I have a higher emergency fund of 20 to 30 months worth of expenses. Then, have a very high insurance cover. I have a term insurance cover if you have dependents. I have a health insurance cover, right? Start with 50 lakh rupees of health insurance cover. You can also look at critical illness cover, right? If you don't have any assets today, then it's important that you buy a critical illness cover for the next 10-15 years, right? So that is also something that you should definitely look at. Emergency planning, risk management is your next rule, and it is a very, very important rule. Focus on risk management. The next rule is investing in your skill set. Okay, I'll give you my personal example. Okay, when I quit my job, I was zero subscribers on YouTube. Okay, and I was very camera shy also. Now I have learned how to do public speaking. I do a lot of podcasts also, and I give a lot of presentations also. So you have to continuously improve your skills, right? That's when it will turn into a monetary benefit for you in the future. Okay, it took 3 or 4 years for me to monetize the YouTube channel, and now it's probably generating decent revenue for me. So folks, try to focus on things which will help you create long-term benefit financially, right? Since this video is about finances, we are talking about financially only. So continuously upgrade your skills. If you want to retain your job, all of us are at a very high risk of job losses today. Continuously upgrade your skill set in your job, because that's what is going to help you be the best in your job and keep your job, right? This is what we tell all our clients as well. Focus on your skills, right? Forget returns will come by following an investment process. You are not going to earn more than average mutual fund return or an average investor return, but you can definitely earn more money by improving your skills and focusing on your skills. So improve your skill set is the next rule. The next rule after this is leverage, right? Focus on by taking loans which will help you create more wealth, right? Take good loans, don't take bad loans. Bad loan is something like a personal loan, loan on a credit card. All of these things are going to ruin your finances. We have clients who come to us with a lot of credit card debt, right? They keep rolling the finances on the credit card bill on a monthly basis by paying the minimum amount due. Not a great way of doing it, guys. Please try to take lesser of such kind of loans. Take loans like a home loan, which will probably help you build home equity, right? At least you're buying an asset which will appreciate over time. You can take a business loan. It will help if it is going to help you in your business, right? So these kind of things should be done. Try to focus on loans which are going to be accretive for you in the future, and focus less on loans which are going to be destructive, right? Especially in the early years. You can take a loan for buying a iPhone, because it's on no cost EMI, but you should have enough income and net worth to also be able to buy that thing in cash, right? So the next rule is the same. You should have enough money to buy the thing that you are buying 3 times in cash. So say for example you want to buy an iPhone, okay, which costs 1 lakh rupees. Now can you today immediately buy 3 iPhones in cash? If the answer is yes, then you go for it. If the answer is no, then you cannot go for it. Now this also means you may say that, okay Niraj, I just have 3 lakh rupees and I can buy 3 iPhones. Should you do it? You are foolish to do it, right? But if you say that I have 3 crore rupees, right, and I can buy 3 iPhones, then you can do that, right? So all of it is subjective again, depending on your income, depending on your assets, is where you draw these lines, right? This is also a great framework actually, which I have personally also used in my expenses. The next is track your assets, track your net worth. You should, especially in the early years, keep tracking your net worth on a daily basis, because you will know where you are, and you have set your goals. You have set your goal of 1 crore, 5 crore, 10 crore, right? And you will constantly work towards that, right? You will not be distracted with anything else. So track your net worth, especially in the early days, right? Once you track your net worth, you'll know that you've not taken any foolish loans and ruining your finances, right? Next is, do not do foolish investments, guys. Folks, don't run behind things which are going to, which promise you a high return. Just to give you an example, a friend of our clients recently lost around 40 lakh rupees because he was promised a guaranteed return of 15% on that investment, right? So folks, there is nothing guaranteed in life apart from three things: death, taxes, and increase in health insurance premiums. Okay, so you have to have a framework here. Fixed income means, it should be equal to 7% kind of return, which is the FD returns, right? Equal to FD returns. Equity means nominal GDP growth kind of return. So if nominal GDP growth is 11-12%, your expectation should be that much, right? And it is even in equity, it's not going to come on a yearly basis, right? It's going to be non-linear. So be mindful of the fact that you don't chase foolish stuff, right? And be mindful of your own risk appetite when you are making these investments. And lastly, guys, understand the fact that money is a tool, right? It is not your life. So you also have to understand one thing, guys. There is unlimited supply of money, there. So you can earn. There is no limit on the amount of money that you can earn in your life. Okay. So if you can, follow all these rules and focus on your skill sets, build businesses, right? That's where you can create unlimited amount of money for yourself. Understand one thing: you can, reduce your expenses to a certain extent only, but you can increase your expenses to unlimited amounts, right? So focus on all those things and try to build your finances based on the fact that you are increasing your income, keeping expenses in check, not going overboard, but not also compromising on discretionary expenses and entertainment expenses. Track your net worth regularly, follow the different rules that I have discussed today, and you will be in a very good financial position in the next 5, 10, 15 years, right? Trust me on that. On that note, we'll end the video here. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. And if you like this video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe with your friends. Thank you.